Welcome to Bandit's Keep Actual Play. I'm Daniel. We're continuing my solo original Dungeons & Dragons campaign featuring chainmail, outdoor survival, and original Dungeons & Dragons. So we're right in the middle of a battle. The Black Hounds are facing off against the Goblins. You know, the Goblins couldn't leave it well enough when they got driven off by the Black Hounds and the Black Hounds took their money. Yeah, I don't think I would have been okay with that either. So the Goblins are seeking revenge. Right now, we're in the middle of a massive battle. Let's see what happens. Let's do this. Let's do one melee at a time. So again, they don't get that impetus bonus anymore. And I don't think nobody's close to being exhausted yet. Next turn, we might get some exhaustion. In fact, yeah, 2 rounds of melee. I think we're going to get exhaustion all around next turn, so it's not even going to matter. These guys, not so much, though. All right, so anyways, let's just do this. I'll do the Goblin side first. Again, let's do the simple one, which is heavy foot versus light foot. So Goblins attacking, heavy foot versus light. 1 die per man, 6 kills. So they're rolling 3 dice. Any 6s are... No, that doesn't sound right. 5 or 6 kills. Okay, they take out 1. We'll take it out from the middle. Okay, I'm just flipping over so I know what happened. Other side, same thing, but only 6s are kills. Okay, 1 kill. So these guys take each other out. All right, good. This is actually a separate combat. All right, this is part of that same combat though, so I'm going to do this now. Again, we have a heavy foot, is what they attack as, which is basically spears. That's how I treat goblins with spear. I figure if you're on a battlefield, you're going to have a spear, you're not going to have a sword or anything. I mean, maybe you'd have a sword, I don't know. My goblins don't have swords, let's just say it that way. All right, so spear versus an armored horse, they need a 9. Yeah, they need a 9. So, and again, this is a hero, so they need to get him 4 times. So let's just see. Again, I'll do what I did last time so I can do 2 at a time. There's 10 of them there. So first attack. Okay, 1 hit. Second attack. 2 hits. Third attack. Oh man. 3, 4. Okay, so the hero's actually going to be dead, but he still gets his attacks first. This hero is attacking... Actually, no, he's a Myrmidon. He's not a hero. He actually has 6 hit dice. Okay, so that was 4, and that was 3 attacks. I get 2 more. They need a 9. Nope. They have to get both of these to kill him. They do not. Wow. Okay, 5 hits to him, though. That was pretty close. So he gets 6 attacks against them. He's a lance against no armor. So he needs a 5 or better, and he gets 6 attacks. This will be 2. That's 1. I mean, it's 2 rather. 4. Oh, that's too many. I'll reroll that. No, that's not. That's exactly right. I'll reroll it anyways because I didn't see what it was. Okay, so 6. He actually kills 6 of these guys. And again, they are heavy foot. That's basically enough to break the morale. So they actually are dead too. I just call that dead. So they're dead. Okay, now coming over to this melee. They're a little bit tougher because they have pole arms. And they're only fighting a hero. So they need pole arm versus... Okay, they need an 8. And again, there's only 8 of them. So let's do this, because 2 have died. No. One. That's 4 attacks so far, and they've done 1. 6 attacks, and they've done 2. So they basically have to score both hits here in order to kill him. And they do not. Okay. He's attacking them. He's got 4 attacks. Again, they are only heavy foot, which is chain. He's got a lance, so he needs a 6. And he gets 4 attacks. It's 1. 2, 3. Okay. So he has now taken out half of their troop. They have to make a morale check. Again, because they are elite heavy. So they make a morale check at 33%. They need to get a 6 or better. If they get down to double that, so basically if they lose 2 more, they will they'll automatically be routed. Okay, so they need, what did I say, 6 or better? 6 or better. Here we go. No, they failed. Okay. These guys are gone. All right. That combat's over. Okay, so that's dead. That's over, rather. Let's come back over here and look at this thing. So basically, none of these guys are going to get to attack this time. However, the horses, when standing, horse will defend normally, but will return casualties as next lower category. Okay, so because they're not moving, everybody here, all the cavalry, return casualties as next lower. Okay, so because they're attacking from the back, they actually return as 1 higher. So basically, this is the case of everybody here. Actually, these guys are attacking from the front. But these guys, this guy, and this guy will return normal. Oh, actually, those guys just moved in, so they don't actually suffer that. Okay, because it doesn't happen right away. And he also moved. So let's do the ones that matter first. So sorry, I'm chattering over rules, so let me start over again. Okay, so there are special rules for horses that haven't moved. Basically, if you don't move, if you remain you're a standing horse, then you defend as normal, but you attack as 1 category lower. So what that means is any horse that didn't move this time is going to attack as 1 category lower. So that's basically these guys, and them. Now, since because even my superhero moved, so basically the only people that didn't move is these guys. But because they're attacking from the flank and the rear, they attack as 1 category higher, which basically means it's a wash. So we have medium horse versus light horse. We'll do that first. Oh, also, I forgot this last time. Everybody is within 12 inches of the leader of the army, which means that they get +1, as do these guys. It was a wash before, so we'll just do that from now on, because they both would have got +1. All right. So we got medium versus light is 2 dice per man, 4 through 6 kills. No, that's light foot. Medium horse versus light horse, 1 die per man, 5 or 6 kills is just 1 medium horse. So let's roll. Nothing. These guys are light horse. Light horse versus light horse, 1 die per man, 6 kills. Really? That's funny. Oh no, it's 5 or 6 for the medium horse. Okay. All right, so here we go. 3 dice, any 6s are kills. Nothing. Well, that's a bummer. Okay. Now we move on to, I guess, our individual combats. So again, I'm just going to go around. This is a hero. They are heavy horse. They're using a lance against these guys who are basically goblins with spears on things. So they're not wearing any armor. We're going to call them unarmored, but they are mounted. So again, an unarmored horse, a lance against that needs a 5. They get the +1. We're going to start doing that now. So basically they need a 4 or better. Oh, also that's how we're going to do it. 4 or better. This is a hero, so they just get 4 attacks. We actually have 2 heroes. This one and this one. But he's not on the side, though, but it doesn't matter. I'm not giving the bonus for that. All right, so basically what we got here is, I'll do 1 hero at a time. We need a 4 or better. Okay, that's 1. Or 2, rather. Okay, 4. So this hero took out 4 of them. Let me see what the other hero does. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, so they took out 8 total of this 10, so that's enough to rout them, so they're gone. Okay, this superhero is attacking these guys. We see that they need the exact same thing, but they get 8 attacks. That's 2, 4, 5, 7. Okay, so 7 of the 8 land. That means it's more than the 66%, so they break. So they're dead, rather, I should say. Okay, over here we have our final hero. They actually can't cause enough to rout them, but I'll keep track of it like I did with the other hero. Two. Again, these are all the same numbers. 4. Okay, so they did 4 damage to this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They only have 6 left. You see that, right? Yep, okay. So this is how many guys are left in this group. All right, none of this might matter in a second, though, because now we're going to do post-melee morale. What a mess. All right, so over here. Well, over here, that melee is gone. That doesn't matter. Over here, we have who took out more people. They did. They took out 1 extra, right? So they'll get 1 times a d6. So they get 4. Then who has the most surviving troops? They do with 3. So that means they get 1 more for that. And then we do our math here. These guys are worth, they're heavy foot, they're worth 5. So they get 10 points for that. These guys are light foot. So they get 4 apiece for that. So they get 8. And then as part of this unit, we have a hero, which we know is worth 20. So we've got 20 plus 13 is 33. And then here we have 10. So the difference is 23. Doubled is 46. Back 1 move, good order. Okay, so these guys are backing up. 1 move, good order. 1 move is 6, but they're in good order. So they should have got another one for that. These guys, oh, no, I'm going to take that away. All right, so these guys, because of the 2 rounds of melee and stuff, I think everybody over here is kind of wiped out. I might have to, weirdly, I might take a quick moment here to have, I mean, here they're in the middle of a fight, but these guys might take a second to size themselves, size each other up and rest. Because they had 2, and then they just fought another one, so they should have 3, which is the same as what they would have. Although they never moved. Yeah, they did. So they should be, yeah, everybody should be on 4 now. I believe I'm doing this right. So I think we're going to, let's roll initiative, first of all, because they could move right back onto them. They haven't failed the morale, so that's true, actually. Huh. All right, let me take a second to think about this. I lost count. This is where I should be. I messed up on my counters. I need a different, if somebody has a different method than the little tokens, I feel like I get confused when that happens after a while. Okay, so there was 2 rounds of melee there. Plus, there was no charge, but there were moves. So let me look at my exhaustion. Moving 1 turn, charging, then meleeing 2 rounds. Meleeing 3 rounds would be exhaustion. Moving 2 consecutive turns, charging, then meleeing. So I actually think that we are 4, if I'm keeping track of this correctly, on each of these. So we're not quite there. What's going to happen is after this turn, these groups, if they engage again, are going to be exhausted. And I think they are going to engage again because I have a plan. But let's just see what happens. They are the same as them. All right, we'll leave these fires here because they might be important. All right, let's remove this guy. And this guy. All right, so. Yeah, this is going to be kind of important. On this side, though, this turn they're going to be, when they move, they're going to be, because this is 2 turns of melee over here, too. So yeah, I think what we're looking at here is that everybody's going to be exhausted after this next move/turn. So let's see what happens. Number 1, let's roll initiative. and we'll kind of work it from there. 5. The goblins get to go first. Now, the only goblins that are able to actually move are these goblins, and I have to decide what they want to do. They probably, because they have not failed morale, they're just going to charge right back in. I mean, that makes the most sense, right? And also, they're not completely dumb, and if they don't charge back in, this guy's going to charge them, and they might break because he's on a horse. So they're just going to charge back in, which is effectively going to make everybody over here exhausted. This is going to be an exhaustion. Although they're charging, so I don't count that stuff until the end of the turn, so we're going to say this is going to be a turn of no exhaustion. Okay, that's that. Now, over here, again, those goblins can't move. So all that's really going to happen here is we're going to kind of circle around these guys. These guys are going to come around the back or the flank. They're going to stay there. These guys are going to, I mean, there's enough of them that, you know, I think because of possible exhaustion, I think I'm going to be careful here. And my superhero guy is not actually going to move. He's going to stay out here. I will actually, in fact, this might be risky, but I think I'm actually, yeah, I'm going to not move the superhero because he's not engaged right now, and I'm not going to move this one hero. Because I think if this doesn't go well for me right now, I'm going to want some troops that aren't, that aren't exhausted. So effectively, what's going to happen at the end of this movement phase is that everybody on the board, because this guy's also going to charge here, he's not going to leave them like that. He's part of this group, so he really can't move. Everybody on this board, except for these two figures, are going to be exhausted. So that's basically where we're going to be at. But we'll do this round of melee first, and then we'll see what happens from there. So let's handle this one first. They charge, so they're going to get that extra die. And if you remember, they get 1 die per. 5s and 6 hits, so they're going to get 3 dice. Any 5s and 6 are kills. 1. All right. Okay. These guys, again, they get to still attack. Any 6s are kills. None. This hero will not get to fight right now because he's not actually touching anything. But this one is going to engage. And again, these guys aren't. These guys aren't the hurt group. That's this group. Yeah, I keep moving my stuff. They had 6 more. This is the only downside to this. I'm thinking next time I do this, I'm going to set up another mat over here just to do man-to-man combat, like do like a zoom in. We'll see if I can do that or not. I don't have a lot of other figures to do it with, but we'll see. That's these guys. Actually, what I should have done is replaced them with that's my plan in the future. I won't do it right now, but I should replace them with a die, and then I'll count down the die as I go. That seems like the smart way to do it. If I had a die right now, I would do it. Okay, so did these guys rally? Again, because they're being attacked, I got to roll again to see if they rallied. They did not. So they're still not able to return any blows. That's a bummer for them. So I'm just doing all the goblin attack first. So that's the end of the goblins' attacks. This guy, this group's not hurt yet. That's a hero. They're going to attack. Again, they get 4 attacks. And they need, these are the unarmored light foot. So they only need a 5. They need a 5. So they need a 5 to get them. Oh, that's not very good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 hits on these guys. There we go. All right, good. And that's the end of that, because he can't actually do anything, because it's the first round. That's a bummer. These guys rested, so they're not doing anything. So now we're over here. They're attacking from the back. Again, because they didn't move, they are reduced. But because they are attacking somebody who is... They go up 1 because they are attacking from the rear. Actually, I need to check what the routing does, because that actually might give them an extra. Okay, so there's no difference in power. So basically what's happening here is, again, these two have not moved, nor have they, which means that basically their attacking is 1 lower, but because they're attacking from the rear and the flank, they basically attack normal, if that makes sense. Lots of back and forth there. So these two guys, though, are going to get a bonus, which means, I'll just do them all at once. They're medium horse, and so are these. So I have 3 medium horse against light horse. 1 die each. 5s and 6s are kills. Okay, that's 1. Oh, and +1 to the roll because they have a hero with them, which means that that's actually 3 kills. And there's only 2 units here because the leader fails when the same way the regular unit does. So that actually takes them out. Now, as soon as the leader dies, everybody else in the army has to make a morale check as if they immediately took the casualties. And the reason why I'm doing that, because this might help them over here. All right, these guys are heavy foot. They need a 7 or better, and I think they take it at a penalty. If the army commander is killed or captured, all units on that side must check morale as if they had taken excess casualties at a -2 from the dice. Okay, so they're heavy foot. They need a 7 or better, and I'm subtracting 2 from the dice. 6, they would have failed anyways. -2, these guys surrender or run off, depending on how you want to look at it. I guess they probably are run off. Okay, but there's only, well, them and these guys up here, right? Because remember, they're, no, not these guys. Oh, these ones. Okay, so basically these guys, there's really no way they can go. They were surrounded. I'm going to say they're wiped out. Unfortunately, the goblins came back again. I think that normally I try to have the good guys, if you would, take captives and do things like that. But at this point, the goblins came back and really did some damage to this group. So I think that, unfortunately, the goblins are going to be completely wiped out. There is this group of light goblins remaining. So what we're going to do here is the following. The leader's dead. We're going to take a second to regroup. It is nighttime. Okay, so a couple of rolls here. Did that one group, this one, because they ran off the battlefield, did they just run to the woods and then when they see this is ending, they come back because they were fearful? Or are they just basically gone? Run off into the wilderness, never to be seen again. So we're just going to go straight up yes or no. So did they come back? Okay, roll again. They did not. They're gone. So we're going to count these guys as dead. We're going to set up camp here, and we're just going to do it like this. Actually, I don't think so. This is a small enough unit. I think it's very likely they're going to go after these goblins for revenge at this point. I think this is going to be a massacre, unfortunately. No, they don't. Okay. They want to, but realizing they lost so many of their men, they've got the treasure. Basically, all they have left is, well, they have these archers. And then every other footman they have is gone. They've decided to just cut their losses and get the heck out of here. And I think, too, at this point, with the goblins having lost 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 80 goblins here, but they started off with a group of 220. So that's, they have about a third of their remaining amount, which means that they would have failed any kind of morale check I'd make for them. So I don't think these goblins are scattering off into the wind. This goblin group we're going to consider is wiped out. They're not going to reform. They don't have a leader. They have no wolf riders. They're basically done. So sadly, the Black Hounds, while they didn't lose any of their heroic figures, they only have left in their group 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, plus the heroes of their initial about 100 and a little over 100. So they're about halfway cut down in their stuff. So this was not an ideal situation for them. And this battle was really not great because they didn't get anything from it, save, the loss of their friends, because they already had the goblins' treasure. So we are going to look. I mean, they do get a reward for the goblins' the heads basically. So I will add that up and figure out what kind of reward they're going to get and where these guys are at. But this mercenary group is much smaller now, and we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll recruit. Maybe they'll never be seen again. No, I'll definitely use them again. We'll see what's going to happen. In fact, they might get hired by somebody else soon to, let's say, fight some orcs. So just adding up the carnage here, it looks like about 140 more goblins were slain in this combat, added to the 81 that they had. So, they'll get some treasure for the showcasing that they wiped out this goblin clan. But again, their group is really wiped out. So we'll figure it out. I mean, if you like these kind of chainmail battles, let me know if you want to see this part of the world grow. I kind of like doing them, but they don't necessarily need to be part of the campaign that we put online if people aren't interested in it. So let me know if you like this kind of stuff, if you want to see where this goes, how these armies fight and such. And I'll talk to you soon. If you've been enjoying these actual play videos, and I hope you have since you got this far, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Share it around if you'd like. Check the show notes below. You're going to find links to things like the rule sets that I'm using to run this. And also you'll find links to my Discord server where you can join the conversation, my cool t-shirts, I think they're cool anyways, and a link to my Patreon if you want to support the channel. I'll talk to you soon.